Hey everyone, this is Aaron Michael Pyne from aaronmichaelpyne, Pyne.com. In this video, I want to share with you a special fairy kids meditation. So this is one similar to one I've done with my daughter before that she loves. And so meditation with kids is going to be great to help them relax, help them calm, help them feel good about themselves, help them feel joy. And definitely a great thing before bed to help them calm down and get to sleep. So without any further ado, I'm going to jump on in. So feel free, parents, to join along in the meditation. That's good for you too. So go ahead and get everybody comfortable. Get any comfy pillows, blankets, whatever you need to feel good and relax. You can cozy up in the bed or chair. You can dim the lights. And go ahead and close your eyes, and if you need to do any little wiggles or stretches just to kind of get the body feeling good, and then just sit back and begin relaxing, closing your eyes, taking some deep breaths, breathing down into your belly, feeling your belly and your chest expand and contract. Open and relax. Let's do it a couple more times together. Breathing deeply. Breathing out. Breathing deeply. And breathing out. And two more big ones, just feeling up your whole body. Your arms, your hands, your fingers, your head. Everything's breathing in and just breathing out the day, breathing out anything and everything, letting go. One more big one in together, breathing in. Big breath. And just breathing out. And as you're nice and comfy and cozy there, relaxed from the breathing, and begin to imagine this beautiful butterfly suddenly appears in the room in front of you, just flittering around you, and you notice a little magical golden trail of sparkles of stardust from its tail flowing behind it, and it gently spins around you, fluttering around you. And it comes and it lands, maybe it lands somewhere on you, maybe on your nose or your shoulder. And you look down at it, it's the most beautiful butterfly you've ever seen, with some of your most favorite colors. And it seems to have a little smile on its face as it looks up at you. Perhaps it even whispers its name to you, and perhaps you whisper your name to the butterfly. And then the butterfly jumps off of you and starts flying in front of you in a beautiful, maybe circle pattern. And there's more and more sparkles, more and more of this magic dust. Perhaps it's like fairy dust sprinkling around you. And it seems to be flying in circles around you, and this sparkly dust begins to surround you. And it feels kind of warm and tingly and fun. And then you notice that either you're getting smaller or the butterfly is getting bigger, or maybe a little bit of both. And before you know it, you're suddenly falling and sitting on top of the butterfly. And it begins flying around, and you're holding on, and there's these nice little places to put your hands and your feet. And you're nice and snug on the butterfly, and it's all warm and fuzzy. And the butterfly says to you, "Would you like to go on a ride? Would you like to go to the fairy gardens and the fairy queendoms and kingdoms to play with the fairies?" And I hope you said yes, because it's wants to take you there. And so you begin to fly, and perhaps you fly right through your window or right through the door of your house, out into nature. And all of a sudden you see ahead of you, as you're flying, a beautiful garden. One unlike you've ever seen before, with big, beautiful flowers, crystals, and maybe some fountains of water, and magical lights. And it seems to get bigger and bigger with big, beautiful trees. And you start to hear some sweet, lovely music, like little pipes and little drums and flutes. And you see down below all sorts of activity. You see all these little beautiful, magical fairy creatures flying about this way and that way. And the butterflies taking you right down into their whole little garden, village, town. And right in the middle, you see a big gathering of fairies. It sounds like they're having a little party. There's music, and you see food, and lights, and games. All sorts of fun stuff seems to be happening. And the butterfly brings you down to a nice, safe, easy landing. And you climb off the butterfly, and then the butterfly starts to flap its wings really quick. And then there's a flash of light, and you see the butterfly transforms into a fairy. And the fairy introduces itself to you, saying, "Hello, I'm your fairy friend, and I brought you here to play with us all. And we're so glad you're here. We're so happy you're here with us." And the fairy says, "Let me show you around, and you can learn about us and all the magical things we have here and all the magic that's within you." And so the fairy guides you around the fairy town, the fairy party, showing you all sorts of wondrous fairy magic. And you might even tell your mom or your dad or whoever you're with what you're seeing, what you're feeling. Maybe you get to try some fairy treats or dance to some fairy music or smell some fairy flowers. Or dance to some fairy songs. Perhaps you meet some of the different fairies there, maybe fairy chefs, fairy princes and princesses, fairy flower makers, fairy tree makers. All sorts of wonderful fairies. And you can take as long as you'd like here. You might even drift off to sleep here and spend the night with the fairies. And just whenever you're ready, your fairy friend will turn back into a butterfly and take you home. And will always be available to bring you back here whenever you'd like. You have a welcome invitation anytime you'd like to come back, as well as go back home. And I'll leave you here to enjoy the rest of your fairy time and the rest of your night for as long as you'd like. And I hope you have a very magical time.